Yo, welcome back to another episode of The Source. Unbelievable weekend. Saturday was out of this world. Between me and Toast, we ended plus 12 units between the two of us. Yesterday was okay. I think we were plus 2 units, but we had a lot of bets to get that. So slightly above even for yesterday. 2 more playoff NBA games tonight. Let's break them down.
Welcome to The Source. Hey, get the source. The source. The source. Hey, get the source.
First up, we got Game 4 Wizards-Sixers in DC. Wizards try not to get swept here. The line was Washington +8. Public all over Philly, but actually, the money was dead even 50-50 as of 6 a.m. A big chunk of Sixers money would come in right after that. Consensus line reacts. It moves from 8 up to 8.5. Check it out though. From there on, the rest of the morning into the afternoon, it looks like the money might be slowly moving back towards even. There's definitely some sharps out there that like the Wizards tonight for sure. In the past 2 games, Game 2 and Game 3, the Wizards are combined 10 for 57 from 3. 10 for 57. Good God. That's 17% from 3. That is awful. Now, normally I'd say, okay, bounce back shooting night for Washington, getting to 8.5 points at home. Definitely give me Washington plus 8.5. But hold up. There's one aspect of this game that has me real hesitant to bet the Wizards tonight. The fact that they're down 3-0 to a much better 1 seed team. The whole world knows they're going to lose this series. I'm not saying they're not going to come out with confidence. I think the Wizards come out and play hard tonight. I honestly think Washington feels like they're going to win 4 in a row and make NBA history and come back from 3-0. I really think that they believe that, but I'm not questioning their confidence in the beginning of the game. I'm questioning their confidence in the third quarter when Danny Green and Seth Curry both knocked down a couple threes. Sixers go on a 12-2 run. That's when I think they start mailing it in. So I'm going to lay the points. I'm going to take Sixers minus 8.5. But for anyone betting first quarter, first half bets, I think Washington plus 2.5 in the first quarter is a solid bet because I think they're going to come out playing hard as hell, and their shots obviously have to start falling at some point. So I think Washington plus 2.5 in the first quarter is actually pretty solid. I'm just really not sold on betting the Wizards through 4 quarters tonight. At some point, most likely in the second half, their hopes will be broken, and Philly's going to go on a run that ends the Wizards season. Give me Philly minus 8.5 if anything changes. Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook next game. Next up, another Game 4. We got Grizzlies, Jazz, and Memphis. Utah is up 2-1 in that series. Line is Memphis plus 5. All the early action, and I mean all of it. 90% of the bets, 99% of the money. Everyone is on the Utah Jazz here. The books react to that. Consensus line moves from Memphis plus 5 to Memphis plus 5.5. And don't look now, but if you look really closely, is this money slowly swinging back towards the Grizzlies? I mean, 1%, 4%, we're up to 10% now. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. All the money's still on Utah. If you watch these games, the Jazz are doing almost the exact same thing on every single possession. They're getting the Grizzlies in a high pick and roll. At first, the Grizzlies were over pursuing it, which resulted in a lot of foul trouble. As I'm sure you know, they've been in a ton of foul trouble, resulted in a lot of fouls and a serious amount of open looks from 3. Then we see him make an adjustment. We see a lot of this in Game 2. They were just letting Conley into the paint. Like, all right, you know what? You want to run your high pick and roll? We're going to let you have it. We're just not going to give you the outside shot. They let Conley right into the paint. And what was the result of that? Conley had 15 assists along with a ton of open lobs to Rudy Gobert. That didn't work either. In Game 3, we saw Ja Morant fighting through that high screen a lot, and that had some success. I mean, still, a lot of fouls for Memphis. Utah shot 27 foul shots, but overall, I'd say that was the most success they've had stopping that high screen. That's extremely good news for Memphis. Props to Valanciunas, because really that high screen and roll, that's really on the off-ball defender, and in most cases, Gobert setting the screen, so Valanciunas is that off-ball defender. He's not a great athlete, Valanciunas, so his positioning is everything. When Gobert comes up and sets that screen, Morant's going to try to fight over top of it, and then Valanciunas has one shot. He just needs to like plant his feet and hopefully he's in the right spot, because if he's off by a little bit, Conley's just going to zip by him. Valanciunas did a much better job of this in Game 3, and what's the result? The game is tied with 5 minutes left.
Real quick, I wanted to add, if you're wondering why this high screen and roll sounds so familiar, because it's exactly what Trae Young and the Hawks are doing to the Knicks this whole series. Exact same offense. Utah is a little better at it than Atlanta, but it's almost identical.
So more good news for Memphis. Kyle Anderson, Dylan Brooks, John Morant, and Jaren Jackson. Those 4 combined in game 3 to shoot 4 for 24 from 3. Why is that good news? Because the game was tied with 5 minutes left. Obviously, they're not going to shoot 15% from the 3, those 4 guys. The game was tied with 5 minutes left with that poor shooting. Do I have the balls to fade the entire world and take the Grizzlies at home here to cover this? Shit, man, you're goddamn right I do. Give me the Grizzlies plus 5.5, showing improvements on the defensive end, showing me that they know how to stop that high screen and roll. Bottom line, the game was tied with 5 minutes left. Like I said 4 times in this video now, Jazz shot great from 3. The Grizzlies shot poorly from 3. The Grizzlies can beat this team, man, and I think they got a good shot of winning tonight. Give me Memphis plus 5.5 if anything changes. Nothing's gonna change. Lock that shit in. Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook. VIP sheets with my totals, prop picks, all that going out 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Check your texts and your emails for that. Also, all of the toast picks on the MLB slate today have gone out already. So if you're on the VIP list, check your texts and emails. You should have them. Let's continue making this money. Playoffs aren't even close to over yet, and we're up a shitload. Let's keep raking it in. I will talk to you on Twitter. Let's go.